Trump paid fake union workers to act like union workers and got caught. Here it is.
This was very embarrassing, right? He's trying to look like he was supporting the union, but he's at a non-union facility that he filled with people who were given signs and effectively told to pretend to be union workers or even to pretend to be auto workers when they were no such thing. He did a fake event. I mean, the whole thing was fake. And then it was in the Detroit press the next day that it was fake. This you skipped the debate for? It was so embarrassing at the time. And now, as of right now, there are receipts. Literal receipts. The campaign finance filings that just came out for all the various campaigns. Reporter Jonathan Oosting at Bridge, Michigan dug in and found that on that day in September, the Trump campaign indeed paid a $20,000 rental fee to pay to rent that auto parts plant, which was not a union facility, so he could pretend it was full of union auto workers who supported him when it was actually just full of randos holding signs that said that's who they were, even though that's not who they were.
The hell? Yeah. Yeah. You see, for Trump, it's all about marketing. It's all about the promotion. It's all about the commercial. Nothing to do with substance. There's a group, AFL-CIO Michigan, they got something to say about this. Here's what I found on their site, all right? The Trump re-election campaign, they say, paid $20,000 to stage a rally at Drake Enterprises, a non-union part supplier facility in Michigan, back in September. The rally was seemingly an attempt to curry favor with striking union auto workers after President Biden made history the day before as the first president to walk a picket line. Reporters at the Trump event struggled to find any evidence of auto workers in attendance. In reaction, Michigan AFL-CIO Communications Director Aaron Palo released the following statement, quote, having to pay $20,000 to rent a non-union facility because nobody wanted to host your event is literally so embarrassing. Trump's whole bit is that he supports blue-collar Americans and wants to protect auto jobs, but he couldn't even find a real auto worker to hold up a rally sign. Scabbing has truly never looked so desperate. Trump's record is decidedly anti-worker. During his presidency, he slashed health and safety protection, packed the National Labor Relations Board with anti-union appointees, installed anti-worker judges, oversaw an increase in offshoring, and slashed taxes for billionaires and wealthy corporations at the expense of the workers. Labor unions, and I specifically mean labor unions. Labor unions, this is about determination, self-determination. Labor unions were created in order to protect their interests as corporations attempted to leverage interest against them. And this was a way that they could fight back. And so they organized, they fought, they created legislation, lobbied members of state house and state senate, various states, got stuff passed. They even got some federal laws on the books. It took work. It took grassroots organizing. Now, are there some unions out of control? You're damn right. Police union, completely out of control. Completely out of control. This is about protecting one's ability to have a stable income and a stable work environment, right? Now, Donald Trump, however, he is being called out. You got to think about this. He's such a bad leader that this is barely a blip on the radar, barely, because he's done so many more extreme things. But see, this is the important part. Unions, a lot of Black people in America benefit because there's a union protection there. There's only so much that can happen. And even with those protections, things still happen. We got to get involved. This is what it means to stand up for workers. He's standing up for non-union, but faking the funk with union signs and has been caught. He will not be forced to make a statement, unfortunately. The man is number one in the Republican primary to be president of the United States. And these childish tricks are still not able to harm his popularity in the Republican ranks.
Yeah, I mean, this would be way at the bottom of Trump transgressions, as ugly as it is, which I think speaks to the level of ridiculousness that's come out of what is now his third presidential campaign, which sounds pretty crazy even saying. Again, I think folks need to realize, first and foremost, well, why does Donald Trump need to hire fake union employees for a fake rally at a place that doesn't even employ union work? Because he's a Republican. And the Republicans essentially invented union busting and anti-unionism in this country. And they have gone on that path unabated for hundreds of years. This is the party of union busting. This is the party of management. This is the party of corporate America. They don't love unions. And now look, there might be some union people out there who like Donald Trump, but even those people in their heart of hearts know no Republican in charge would ever be friendly to the unions. It's antithetical to the entire mission statement of the conservative movement, which is essentially the only animating force of the Republican Party. Like that's not even feasible as an idea. But I will say this about Donald Trump. I think he's somebody that understands the optics of being seen to be with the working man. When you hear him say the things that he says about stuff like Social Security and Medicare, et cetera, like he knows where the wind is blowing. It's just disingenuous. And we know when push comes to shove, who he's gonna side with, and it's not gonna be the American worker.
There you go. That's it. I encourage people to get Dr. Metzel's book, Psychiatrist Chair at Vanderbilt University. His book, Dying of Whiteness, highlights how policies passed by primarily white conservatives take away from the quality of life of white people, in addition to other people. All right, it's called Dying of Whiteness. It's a great book.